Alright folks, welcome to this exciting video where you once again join us in the incredible landscape of Scotland, but today's a wee bit different. Today we've come to a wee Scottish village called Braemar, and it's just over the Glen Shee road from like the Blairgowrie direction. You may have seen us in the last video, we're kind of making our way over this direction. But yeah, here we are, Braemar, and it's quite a cool little Scottish village with so much character. And I think in the winters, is this place now got some of the coldest recorded weather in Scotland. This has been the coldest place ever, I'm sure. But yeah, there's loads of cool wee like touristy shops and interesting little knickknacks. So let's get into this video, folks. Look at the character of this so far. So it's quite a busy town, this, folks. There's a lot of people milling about. And it's, yeah, there's cars coming and stuff, we better watch. I'm sure that further along here there's an old engine from an aeroplane that crashed on one of these hilltops in World War II. And I think it's been left here next to the old war memorial, so we'll take a look at that as we make our way through this village. Look at this, folks. This is something you didn't see so often nowadays in Scotland. The old red telephone boxes, which date back way into the 60s and that, and you see these all over the countryside. But in more recent times, they're few and far between, and not many of them still got a phone inside them. So it's cool to see that in this little town as well. It's kind of old-fashioned vibes in this town. It's almost like going back to the 60s or something when you walk about. But yeah, interesting. And then look at this at the other side, massive hotel. And even the character of that is cool. It's called the Fife Arms Hotel, folks. So with an old hotel like the one here, you get a feeling it's no changed much since back in the olden days. You can imagine maybe even the early 1900s, a place like this. I better get off the road here, folks. Vlogging in the middle of the road. Shout out if you've stayed at this hotel and you see it here on the video, folks. Get in the comments, tell us how good your holiday was. Looks like there's potentially been a fire alarm or something at the hotel. Everybody's standing outside the front door. Some of them just in their robes, so it looks like they've maybe had a rude awakening there. Oh, look at this. Royal Air Force. Let's have a wee read of this, folks, and see what it is. I thought it's an old like bomb casing or shell. So look at this, folks. Here's the Braemar wartime memorial for the Great War and also for World War II, and that's the names of the men that fell in the war at that time from this parish. And it's so many names, so many different names, folks. Look at it, they've got the Celtic cross here. But another interesting thing with this, look, this is from a Vickers Wellington R1646, and this is in memory of the people on that plane. They lost their lives in the Cairngorm Mountains, where this engine was recovered from. Just check it out. Yeah, over on the sign at the other side, it actually showed you where they found this, and it was pretty much lying in a stream up on the wild bogland on the hills. And it is cool to see a radial engine like this. Look at the way these cams and stuff. At one time I've run around on that runner in there. Crazy scenes, folks. Look at the valves. Madness. Look at this one, how it's damaged. See, it's been bent, probably from the impact. Oh, an engine like this, folks, it's massive. And it is sad to think about the men that perished and lost their lives on an aircraft like this in the war. Sometimes the conditions and the visibility on the Scottish hills is almost zero. So if your navigational devices and that fail, or if you get into difficulty, it can just be horror 2 seconds later when a hill or a mountain comes into view. And even in more recent years, there was a tornado fighter jet crashed into one of the Scottish hills. And yeah, it's a sad thing, but it can happen often. But again, that's the reason often they do train in those extreme environments. Look at that, there's like a fuel hose and stuff still on there. Little linkages and stuff. Wow, I do love to see it, folks. And yeah, unveiled by the Princess Royal, 2003, the Aircrew Memorial. And yeah, it's cool to see this, and it is interesting to document all the World War II stuff, not only the bunkers and the old buildings and the radar sites, but also to document these memorials to the men that fell from each parish, because so many people lost their lives in the war from these areas. It's unreal to see all the names. Look at this, on the edge of this cliff here, folks, there's this little well. Look, it's quite an extreme landscape down there, and the main road is kind of over that side. I'll read this sign though and see what it's actually saying about this old well. Oh look, it's Braemar. So this sign doesn't actually tell you about this well, folks, but it's an interesting little thing. Maybe not actually as old as it looks. It's hard to really tell with a well. And we're now at the other side of this hotel, and we're about to cross this old bridge. Look at this, folks, we're now around the side of where the well is, and look at this view up the river. Some extreme bedrock terrain right there with the water flowing over it, and it is magical to see. We're still making our way around this kind of the same hotel on the left hand side. Look, they've got a wee ladder down from the garden to the rocks. That's like a mad wee summer swimming spot down there. And you can see in the ancient times how they've actually engineered the land with cement in there to stop it probably going too close to the hotel founds. Wow, yeah, what a building. Imagine having your room in that hotel looking out down the river. Oh, and the water's just super clear today. It's an absolute majestic scene of Scotland on this channel. And then round this way there's a few local little businesses. I can see like a butcher and stuff like that. Because we're here on a Sunday afternoon, all that stuff's closed. All these little businesses, they probably rely a lot on the tourist trade that comes through this neck of the woods. So check it out, folks, down here is popular to be like motorbike crews and even car clubs and stuff. A lot of people come around here for a run on their motorbike, and some of these people today we probably saw overtaking us on that Glen Shee road. But it is honestly like travelling back in time when you come to a place like this, folks. Look at the character of this wee shop. And then also there's some cool motorbikes kicking about. Look at this old building, it looks like an old garage. Crazy amount of motorbikes at this corner, folks. Yeah, look at that, Braemar Mountain Sports. I wonder if there's anything cool. I should have brought my wallet. I've left my wallet in the car, but I don't really need to buy anything. I would probably just waste my money on something. You kind of know what it's like, folks. Check this out. Like I said, coming to this little town is almost like travelling back in time, and when you see an old building like this, it just looks amazing. It's got such an old school vibe, like 1800s maybe, and a wooden built building like this is far rarer in Scotland. It's almost got an American look to it, but I do love to see it. And there's a big fountain over here as well. What's up this street here? This looks like new builds up this way. Look at the wee blackbird right there, tame as anything. Total speaking to the wee blackbird now, folks. Look at this, this is what we came to see. There's an old fountain here made of the local granite, and it looks impressive. See the stone carving and stuff back in the day. So much better than the modern things that's built in towns often. Look at this. At one time I'm guessing there would have been water maybe flowing out of there. Not drinking water, it's warning you, folks, because that water looked pretty pungent there. But at one time I dare say it would have been fresh. Looks like there's been some work getting done at that old church as well. I'm not even sure if it's still actually a church though, or maybe a private residence nowadays. Anyway, we're just keeping going around. It's hard to tell. See, we granite buildings, they often look like they're new builds, but it's no. The granite doesn't degrade and decay as much as the sandstone buildings that I'm used to seeing. So it's hard to actually date a building historically just by having a quick glance. Check this out, folks. There's a new Corvette here sitting. What an impressive car. Shout out if this is your car. The American viewers probably see these things kicking about quite a lot, but in Scotland that is a rare car to even see sitting at the roadside. Just as cool as that though, folks. Check it out, this camper van right here. This is the Inver called Arms right here on the edge of Braemar, and it also looks like quite an old guest house or hotel. But like I say, the character of all these places, it's just epic. You really feel like you're in the Highlands of Scotland when you're in a town like this, with the massive mountains and hills all around. All those big forests. Check out this. This must be some mad modern bit of public art here. This is insane, folks. Check it out. I've never seen this in my life. See, in the distance I can see Braemar Castle. What a special location that is, folks. Like most places in Scotland, there's a castle at Braemar. Wow, this is it's a massive modern monstrosity right here. Let's see what it's called. When soak becomes spill. There you go, folks. A cool bit of modern art. But compared to the ancient structures and the old architecture, that doesn't compete. So we're right on the edge of Braemar village, you could say, when you're at this amazing piece of public art at the side. And in the distance we can see Braemar Castle, but it's quite a walk from here, because we're not actually going to go in and get a tour of the castle and stuff like that. So this is as close as we're getting. Probably in the future we'll go there and have a proper in-depth explore, but today it's Braemar. If you need fuel or whatever, if you're on holiday and you're up the Braemar way, there is a fuel station down here, like a service station, and obviously they'll be open like all year round. And look at this, there's a field of cows. They're just chilling, eating that fresh Scottish grass. And for this Braemar adventure, we're about to head over, because there's a little bridge, looks like it crosses that incredible river that we saw earlier in the video. So let's head on in, folks, and see what we see. I've just noticed over here, folks, an electric car charger available here in the Scottish Highlands nowadays. Technology's slowly making its way further out into these wild lands. Look, this is the River Dee here, via the Cluny. So let's have a look and see what we see down here. It's been mad already. For the short distance we've walked, we've seen so many like individual little nuggets of history. I can literally feel this bending under my feet as we walk on it. Wow, this is an amazing scene right here. Look at the rocks and the bedrock and the deep bits. The water's actually swirling and churning through there, and that's most likely a sewage pipe, or it could potentially be a fresh water pipe. It looks like when the river's high, it comes both sides of that piece of land. Wow, folks, once again we're in paradise. Not only abandoned history, but incredible landscapes as well. On this channel, that's what we always promise you. Check out, folks, we've made it down the edge of the waters of the River Dee, and look, they're just crystal clear today. Wow, you can hear motorbikes constantly. There's so many folk use this road. It's an amazing scene. It's almost like you're at Isle of Man TT sometimes if you sit on the hill at Glen Shee. Look at this, folks, we're now coming down this random path. We don't even know where we are. We're kind of in the back streets of Braemar. This is the sort of path that's like off the tourist route, and it basically just goes behind people's houses, and we're hoping it goes back up to the main street. What kind of creature is on that plant? That was insane, folks. Some mad beast. Unseen, undocumented anywhere in the world before. More exclusive content on this channel. Where are we right now? We're coming out of the jungle and we're out onto what looks like this person's drive. Shout out if you're watching this video and you see your house. So look at it now, folks. It's not actually too clear what direction we're meant to be going from here. If you were walking the opposite way, you wouldn't even realise there was a path where we had just come from. This must take us back up near the main street, I'm guessing. Because it's no very big village. Oh look, there's the top of the hotel up at the far side.
Coming behind it.
Yeah, I wonder if there's any other interesting things around here. Almost looks like a village green kind of area here. Yeah. Wow, folks, it's just a paradise little town. I wouldn't mind living in a place like this. Again, it's away from the hustle and bustle, and it is just like travelling back in time. And we're getting a different view of the town. Like, there's wee roads going down all these places. The conditions are so warm and humid today, folks. It's the height of summer, And that's the reason it's cool to do these little village or town adventures sometimes, when a lot of places in the wilderness are like out of bounds. Everything's so overgrown. It's real interesting to see this. Yeah, there's no breeze though hardly down here, and if there is a breeze, it's a warm breeze, so we're just kind of making the most of that, climbing up this steep hill. And I think we've made it back up to the main hub of the village right here. As far as Scottish villages go, like, this is a busy, hustling, bustling village, but obviously compared to main cities, this would be quite a quiet area. So yeah, it's a mad balance of tourism and country life in this place. So we've now stopped outside the co-op, folks. Channel DJ has gone in to get himself some refreshments here, and I think it's called Greens of Braemar. That seems to be the name of the shop here. It says on it, proud to stock co-op, so we'll see if he's satisfied with his service, folks, when he comes out. There's actually swallows living in the roof of above the co-op door, like. So shout out to that lady that was just asking me what my prediction was for tonight's match between Scotland FC and Hungary. The two national teams play tonight, and I was saying 3-0 Scotland, but she just honestly about fell over when I said that and doesn't agree that that's a score. But I'm still saying to the channel DJ here, that will be what it is. Right, that's us along this road, folks. This is where we actually started the video, so that's been a fun wee Braemar walk. We've had a walk around and seen a heap of different interesting, like, historical details about the town. And yeah, I do hope tonight, by the time this video goes out, everybody will know what the Scotland-Hungary score was, but my prediction was 3-0. Let's see how accurate that was, folks. Channel DJ disagrees. What's your prediction? Live on the video, folks. Prediction for the match, Scotland-Hungary. 1-0 Scotland. Anyway, folks, we're ending this video here. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll catch you soon with the next one, wherever we end up going.